Okay, I'm back out here with the F-86 Sabre jet EDF, 64mm EDF. The belly launches have not worked out so well for me with this plane. It just seems to be underpowered on launch. So we are going to try to do a wingtip launch with it this morning. Fingers crossed and get it in the air. Alright, let's give it a shot. Well, that worked out better for me, didn't it? Got my timer set for 3 minutes. Nice tight axial roll. My first EDF jet, my second flight session. This is just my second flight with it. Sounds pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to bring it back through here and test how much elevator authority I have. That's not bad. Let's see how much power it does have. I'm going to gain a little altitude. Well, we got a loop out of it. Sweet. I think I might like a little more elevator on it. Do a split S. Yes, we can. Yeah, the elevator feels a little soft. I seem to be able to cruise around at about 60 to 70% throttle with it. Okay. Let's see if we can bring it in. Let's see how well it glides. Power is off. Well, that was a lot slower than my last landing, but it still comes in pretty quick, doesn't it? Oh, I'm just happy I was able to get it in the air with the wingtip launch. It looks like that's going to be the easiest method for me to get this plane in the air, as it just has so little power on takeoff. It cruises nicely once you get it in the air, you know, but man, I had one successful belly launch out of 4 attempted launches on this EDF jet. So I think it's going to be wingtip launches on this plane for me from now on. But I'm pretty happy with that flight. I'm going to increase my elevator rate a bit because I did not have any in reserve when I was doing the loop and doing the split S with it. The rolls look really nice. Just need a little more elevator. Alright, I'll try to put another battery pack in it and put it back in the air. Okay, I put a little more movement in the elevator. Let's see if we can get it in the air again. for our third flight on this EDF jet. Launching. Oh man, that was full throttle, guys. Full throttle. I'm getting a little bit of wind now, so we're going to launch it in the opposite direction. Let's try it again. What do you think of that? That was pretty ippy, wasn't it? Man, this thing is such a bear to launch. It just doesn't really have sufficient power. Once you get it in the air, it flies fine, but man, trying to get it in the air. I'm just not having much luck launching this plane. It's durable as all get out, that's for sure. But I am really not happy with the difficulty on launching this plane. I still feel like I need a little more elevator. When I landed last time, I know I had it in the air a little over 3 minutes because my timer had elapsed before I got it back on the ground. And I had 3.7 volts per cell in that little 1300 milliamp hour Lipo. And these are some of the newest 1300s that I have. Great handling plane, you know, once you get it in the air. I don't know, maybe it's just going to take a lot of practice for me to get used to launching this. And like I said, it's a beautiful, beautiful airframe. What a shame it's such a bear to get in the air. Alright, timer's elapsed. Come back around and land it. See if I can bring the nose up a little bit better. Gliding. No, I really couldn't lift the nose up to slow it down. So yeah, I'm gonna put more elevator in it. Alright, so I'm gonna work on this jet. Poor thing. I have just abused the crap out of it, haven't I? How many times have I nosed this in now? Quite a bit. 5 times? I just have a hard time launching this plane.
You know, this has just been one of those reviews. You just want to get over with, you know, you want it to be done. Alright, so this is a first for me. This was my very first EDF jet. First one I launched, the first one I got in the air after several tries. And, you know, I'm totally unfamiliar with EDF jets before I put this one in the air. And I thought maybe, I was going to give the vendor the benefit of the doubt, the manufacturer the benefit of the doubt. I thought maybe the problem is me. Maybe I just do not have the right technique for getting an EDF jet in the air. And I thought that, you know, it's got to have enough power to fly, right? I've seen videos of a lot of people flying these, but I am at an altitude of 5,700 feet, over a mile above sea level. So I thought, well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe this is just not producing enough thrust at a higher altitude, until, you know, within the last 2 weeks or a week and a half, I have flown 2 EDF jets now. The second EDF jet, which I'm publishing before I publish this one, even kind of out of order, because this one's been around for a while and the other one's new. It just came out. I have had 4 flights on that EDF jet so far, and 4 successful launches, not a single failed launch with that EDF jet. So I know it's not me. I know I can get an EDF jet in the air by hand launching it, because I've done it 4 times now without too much of a problem. But this one I've had more failed launches with than successful launches. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with this jet. Did I just get a weak motor? Did I just get a fan that's got problems? Did I get an ESC that is just not driving the motor well enough? Is Freewing, you know, staying with the exact same components from the first airframe to the last airframe? Or are they just grabbing stuff off the shelf that they have available and throwing it in the plane? I don't know. But what I've read since I started having problems with this is that several people were reporting the same thing. But they're having a heck of a time getting this thing in the air and launching it. So it's not just me. And that tells me that either they're not using the same tested components that they're putting in this EDF jet, or their quality control is pretty poor. So I'm just, you know, it's too bad, because once I got it in the air, even though it still feels underpowered in the air, it has enough power to push it around pretty good and to do basic aerobatics with it. So if this plane had not been so difficult to launch, I would have recommended it. But the way it is, I can't recommend it. All right, some other people have claimed that the air inlet opening on this jet is just not large enough to feed this 64mm EDF fan. And if you look at the nose, the shelf that they've got in there for the battery, the servo, the ESC, the receiver, is blocking, I would say, somewhere between 25 to 30% of that opening. And there's not going to be, because that's a tight fit underneath that canopy, there is not going to be a lot of airflow that's going to get past that shelf. It's going to have to go between the shelf and the bottom of this opening here on the fuselage. So they may have a valid claim on that. It may just be a design issue on this particular jet. So what I have done is and some of them claim that they cut out some air inlets into the fuselage, and that greatly increased the power. So I have cut sections between that shelf and the EDF fan on both sides of the fuselage, and I thought about making a nice louvered cover to put over it, but I thought, you know what, I'm having so many problems with this jet, I'm going to leave them open to begin with, just to see if it makes a difference. If it doesn't make a difference, then I don't know, maybe I'll just pull the electronics out of this and get a different EDF kit. But anyway, I'm going to take it out one more time and check this. And if this works, then it means it's a tinker plane. If this doesn't work, then it means the power system is just not adequate for this airframe. But after I take it out, the next time I'm going to do one more review attempt on this jet. So I'm going to take it out for a couple more flights if I can get it in the air to do so. And then I'll let you know exactly what I think about this jet. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I might see you in the air.